Uh,
Yes.
Matt Duchene is on the market, but there doesn't seem to be a market. Why not?
Well, I think there is a market, Bob. I just think that Colorado has set a very high price, and they're not tempted to budge off it unless they get what they want. And they had a trade. One of the things I talked about today was that the Ryan O'Reilly deal didn't turn out well for Colorado, and some of their fans really disagree with that. They feel that their prospects still have a chance, which is fine. But I think after that O'Reilly deal, you can't. You have to be more certain about what you're getting for Duchene if you're going to make that trade. And, I do think they want to trade Duchene. I think Duchene needs a fresh start and would like a fresh start. But the fact is they're sitting there and they've set a very high bar for a guy who's been a 30-goal scorer. And, I think one of the biggest issues is that if you take a look at some of the real interesting offense for defense trades in the last couple of years, there's Drouin for Sergachev, Montreal, Tampa. There's Jones, Johansson, Columbus, and Nashville. And there's Hall for Larson, Edmonton, New Jersey. And, Bob, the thing is, all of those players were under team control for some time. You really knew that you had the option to keep those guys. Duchene is only under contract for this year and next, and then he's an unrestricted free agent. I know that concerned Carolina. I think that the price is high, so you're looking there and you're saying, we're going to give up a young, controllable player or two in return, and there's no guarantee we're going to be able to keep Duchene long-term. I think some teams are skittish about that, but I do think everyone took a timeout after July 1st, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few of the contenders try again sometime in the summer.
Frieds, there's a lot of debate within the hockey fraternity of what Matt Duchene really is because, his stats, his consistency have been all over the map.
Yep.
I've seen the snapshots at him at the upper level, and I think in a league where goal scoring is so difficult to find, I like him. Now, there are executives out there that would say he's not, this image of what he isn't really the player that he is because of that inconsistency. Where do you stand on that? And do you think that has hurt, his market price out there in terms of what Joe Sakic is looking for?
Well, I think what it is that I think that you look at Matt Duchene as if he's the number one star on your team, you might not. I think if people look at him as a complimentary, number two, as opposed to a number one cornerstone. If you're going out and you're bringing him to a team that's got another good piece or two, I can understand why the Islanders want to bring him behind Tavares.
Yeah.
That, to me, is a perfect fit for Matt Duchene. I could see a team, and I don't know if they're interested, but, for example, a team like L.A. that already has a Kopitar, that, to me, is a fit. I know it's
Where does he slot in Columbus?
In Columbus, though, he's probably, that kid what's his name? Wenberg.
Wenberg, yeah.
I think at least you have a chance for both of them to be number one guys. I think Pittsburgh is on the fringe of this. And I think the Penguins have to do some other things in order to even have a chance. I'm not really sure if they have
trading Kessel
there, but I think that Pittsburgh would be the kind of team that, just like Kessel thrived there, I think a guy like Duchene would too.